from just outside, just inside the perimeter of Atlanta, Georgia, where we played a mid-block that we just couldn't figure out how to unlock.
Yeah,
It totally works.
Opening it fixes the
still too
syllable
many
issue.
syllables.
Put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. It is the 5 Takes podcast, and we are back.
We are a back line. We have a back line.
We have
a back line.
Actually, we went back in time to glory all things 90s days, and that part was fun.
Back like Team USA. They'll be here next week. USA versus Belgium, U.S. men's national team versus Belgium. I'm actually low-key very excited for that. It'll be my first time at the Benz this season because every time Atlanta United plays, I have a Hawks game. Shout out Hawks. They're still doing really well next door, and I haven't made it to a match yet. So I will be there for that game next week. And we've got a little bit of history with Belgium, too, in the past. So that should be really fun. That should be really good. Nice little tune-up match. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Are you all going?
Me
you
too.
Gonna be there?
Me too.
Yeah.
I totally have tickets. Bring in Colby and his friend and Jess, and I'm excited for it. Colby's only I think made it to one match. Had been able to make it to one of the 3s. So getting to be able to see the men's national team, I think, will be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. You know why else?
Why else?
Because I legitimately think it could be a good game. Like I don't feel like I felt at times about the men's national team. Do you know what I mean? Where I would be going into this match like, okay, I'm just there to see us get beat down by, superior talent. And now I feel like, you know what? This could be really entertaining. Like these guys are like I'm behind them.
Jennifer's
like,
just going to say hi. Jennifer's just going to say hi to Pochettino before he comes back to Tottenham.
God,
you're gonna beg him to come back, Jen?
We're not talking about.
Okay, all right.
From Charlotte.
All right. I know we'll get in trouble. We'll get in trouble.
Yeah. No. Anywho.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of intrigue going on with the roster for the U.S. men's national team. I think one of the things that's really cool about these 2 matches is we're going to get to see Poch's wheels grind a little bit because he has some interesting decisions to make. And
I don't think he's settled yet. I don't think so.
No, and I, for one, am hoping I get to see Berhalter start because I think that's a piece that brings a lot of fire and a lot of energy.
Boy, he's made a name for himself, huh? Like come out of he's made the case. He's made the case. He really did. Hell of a season last year.
I don't think, and he started off just as well. I don't think you
shout out Vancouver. They're still in the mix. Like Vancouver's a real deal.
I mean, they were the real deal last year, and no one took them.
But I'm just saying, like the real deal this year. You take a team like Philly, right? They won Supporters Shield, and now they haven't won a game this season. Vancouver is strength to strength, apparently.
Yeah, and they're going toe to toe, right?
I wonder they're kind of on that FC Cincinnati trend, right? Where Cincy was wooden spoon for years, and then they got right, and they more or less have kind of stayed right. I'm kind of seeing that out of Vancouver, and it's cool. It's cool for them.
I mean, there's some.
I also think their stars are underrated generally.
Right? Like the Berhalter, right, Jen? Like the Berhalters of the world.
Yeah. And you know who else is flying under the radar that we really shouldn't be ignoring down here is Nashville.
Oh my goodness, Nashville.
Flying out of the gate.
Wow. That match yesterday, that was the Simpsons meme. Stop, he's dead already. Like,
it's
goodness.
And I'll never say stop, he's down already when we're talking about oh fuck.
Oh no. Pile it on.
I was picturing that episode of Family Guy where Brian like borrows money from Stewie. Stewie comes in and beats the ever-loving crap out of him. That was Nashville's beatdown of Orlando Shitty. Like that was like, but where's my money? Just goal after goal.
You want to talk about real deals who aren't getting any love from a league media standpoint? Let's talk about one Sam Surridge. I mean, this is sustained.
Did he get a Hattie?
Yeah, a natural
Hattie, left foot, right foot, head. Yeah,
a natural Hattie, which is, I mean, you just don't see that anyway.
Wow.
I'm glad our friends up north are having some fun while we're
absolutely, man. It's nice to see. I want good things for my team, but it's nice to see a team like Nashville that was Bunker FC.
Right.
BJ comes in and shows, guys, we can attack.
It's amazing
and keep a clean sheet.
A coaching change with player buy-in and the right person can do.
Say it again.
I said it's amazing what a coaching change with player buy-in and the right personnel can do.
Listen, guys, I got to take a minute here.
Right.
For those of you that, like me, do not follow the EPL, I'd like to make a quick plug here to root for Tottenham. Please say a prayer for Tottenham.
Yeah.
They need all of the juju, all of the energy, all of the everything, because we will then have to talk championship, okay? Next
No one
year.
wants that.
Nobody
No one
wants that. Nobody needs that. So, if you don't have a dog in this fight, come with me. We are supporting Tottenham. We are going to will them up the table to just good enough. Okay, that's all we got to do.
Oh, Spurs. I've
Okay,
never.
thank you. That was my PSA for Tottenham.
Never seen a team more true to themselves than Tottenham Hotspur. Anyhow.
Okay, literally the most Spursy season
No,
ever.
what you were just talking about is really poignant right now, and it's in stark contrast to the team next door with the Hawks and what they had been going through, because for the past few years these two teams have kind of been in parallel in terms of their struggles and just lacking an identity and being not a team but a collection of talented individuals. We've turned that phrase a lot. And what the Hawks did this year, new GM comes in, Onzi comes in, and during the trade window, we made some really tough decisions. We hit the eject button on everybody, including Trae Young, the man, the franchise guy, got traded in the fourth quarter while he was still there on the bench. It was the wildest thing I've ever seen. And lo and behold, the new additions that we've made, the changes we've made, this team is playing. Like, the Hawks are the hottest team in the NBA right now. We lost to Houston, and that broke our 11-game win streak in kind of blowout fashion, right? Then we come back home, and we smack down Golden State. Granted, Golden State isn't that great this year, but the parallel that I'm trying to draw is I feel like that's what Atlanta United is going to have to do at some point. Make really tough, if not painful, decisions in service of, like, getting things right, because I do think coach I believe in Tata. His CV says it. He's done it here. He's done it everywhere. We don't have the right combination of players right now. We just don't. And we have seen no signs that Tata is going to be able to jam these puzzle pieces together in a way that's going to work.
No, but what we have seen is ample evidence that the pieces that he is bringing in are making a difference, right?
Yeah. So we need more of those.
Yeah, maybe this jigsaw puzzle we're putting together still has a few pieces that have been gnawed on by the family dog, right? And we need to send off for new ones. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's all right. But you know what? The replacements we've gotten so far have been an improvement in overall quality, right?
Almost all of them. Well, there's one that
nearly all. And it is undeniable. It just is. And that's why it's so frustrating. The difference in this team when Stian Glasserson, as you nicknamed him, is on the field.
That's his name.
And you know what? He's still up. And when he is playing the way that he can play and is healthy, he's a Miles Robinson difference on this team. Okay. He is the difference between Muyumba playing in such a way that I literally lose my voice screaming. And this match where before I could scream, Stian managed to step in and make up for and or clear off. I counted at least 4. There were probably more.
He was almost perfect on the day.
Or breakdowns or counterattacks.
Look at his stats. It's ridiculous. He won, I think, all of his tackles. He's 95% passing, over 100 passes as well. It wasn't like he was 95% passing 10 passes. Like, that guy was on one.
And they weren't all backwards.
No, correct.
The other component I want to call out of his game that he's really the only person on the team that brings to the table is aerial defense, right? Which is, we gave up so many goals last season on set pieces. I think we were tops in, close to tops in the league of that. And in large part, I believe that was because of Stian's extended absences, because I know I counted at least twice where he headed it directly out of danger off of corners yesterday. And
without him there, those are chances.
Yeah, those are real chances.
If not goals.
And you don't have a big bald wall, right? We have a short keeper. Let's just call it what it is.
In so many ways.
You need
coming up
that,
short in so many ways.
but we literally need the height, right?
Yes.
In order to make up for some of that. There are ways to counteract as a member of the short keeper club, okay? There are things that you just have to do if you're a short keeper to counteract that. And
he's not doing them.
In Hoyas's defense, there was at least one occasion that we're lucky that they missed shooting upper 90, and that's when Miggy failed to close one of the guys in DC down just outside the 18. And I really thought, well, there goes Hoyos's clean sheet, because that's upper 90. That guy's not going to get to it, not from that distance. Like, we can't be lackadaisical. And that's where this whole thing you keep harping on, Glenn, about a lack of identity. I actually think we have an identity in the sense that I think with Tata, the players finally understand who they are supposed to be. The question still remains whether they can achieve that in this current.
Okay, so you're saying,
can we talk about identity for just a hot sec, because I feel like this is a good segue into fan takes.
Okay.
Love it.
So interestingly, I feel like we're finally starting to see, in the same vein, some glimpses of this an iteration of Atlanta United kind of reclaiming their culture, reclaiming their identity. One of the keys to the match that was pointed out in one of the articles was the Asador, right? All of a sudden, it's team grilling, Asador is back. And, we're seeing a few more little off the field business things that, you need to build team chemistry. And one of the ways I feel like that has translated onto the pitch is in the physicality that we're seeing.
All right.
I feel like you can't really measure team chemistry or that culture component in any sort of statistical way. But I think what you can see is the physicality as it manifests itself on the field. Because you know what? You're not going to go after somebody's ankles if you're not fired up and mad about something and want to fight, right? And if you don't want to fight and you don't care, you're not going to waste your time or your energy going full out hard for the ball. And, this is something I know I've said over the last couple of seasons that we've really struggled with, trying to come to a grips. And Glenn, you've asked this question constantly. Who is this team? And what are they? And who do they want to be? So I feel like maybe, hopefully, the one good direction, the really positive direction that I am seeing here is maybe some movement in that, because I'm seeing a lot more physicality. And I do think, for the most part, this wasn't the greatest, most fun soccer match to watch ever, but our midfield had it on lockdown. And, they, for the most part, I feel like the midfield played a really stellar game and they weren't the ones that were at fault for why we didn't win this match. I feel like they were doing pretty much everything right.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
it wasn't
disagree.
the most thrilling game we've ever watched. In fact, coming off a game where there were, 24 shots between the two teams, to come down, to 13 with 4 on target, like this match was objectively a snooze. Like, and
objectively
I'm a fan,
a snooze.
and I love being in the bins, and I love watching the team as much as anybody, but this was not a game that you bring, that you want for your first time in the bins soccer fan.
Not really.
Let's just call it what it is.
I want to use that, though, as a segue into a fan take that I found in my quote unquote podcast research.
Okay.
Because normally what I do to kind of get ready for our podcast is not to go out and read professional commentary or, quality paid journalism like our friend Doug Robertson is putting out now under his new Substack. So please support Doug.
Doug's doing good work.
Doing some quality work over there. And,
for sure he is.
He's so much, a lot of the recent articles since he's no longer with the AJC have been far more entertaining. Snaps, Doug. Thank you, man. But in any case, I came across this little gem on the Reddit today. And honestly, it made me want to cry, which is why I want to bring it up, because there was somebody who posted there about trying to get into United Soccer, and he was being given all kinds of different guidance about where to go and what to look for, to learn about what we do. And this commenter, Sourdough Popcorn, thank you, Sourdough Popcorn, whose flair says, "Mr. Saba, do you have the time? Quality work there, sir." was talking about a few different podcasts and specifically called us out, saying, if fandom is your thing, 5 takes on the 5 stripe. They talk like fans, and they get into the lore and the history of the club, comparing our current disappointments with the glory day, singular, in 2018.
Jeez.
So,
yeah.
Singular.
Crushing it, man. Crushing it.
Right?
Yeah, I feel crushed.
Real, I feel like, a little special being told
that's
that, like,
nice.
we're here for the lore and the fandom and, and that aspect of it, because we've built a really interesting and unique culture despite all the challenges, loving and cheering and trying to support this team has thrown at us. The culture's still here. We're still a really vibrant community of a lot of people, hundreds of people, thousands of people in good times, that come out and hang out and help make Atlanta a better place in so many ways.
What was their handle or screen name?
It was sour. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Sourdough something.
Sourdough popcorn, but dough spelled a la Homer, DOH.
Got it. All right, nice. Sourdough popcorn.
Sourdough
if you're listening, send us an email. 5 takes on the 5 stripes, gmail.com, or comment on any of our socials, or flag us down in real life. And we'll hook you up with one of our new kits as soon as they get here, which should be this coming week. Again, we had to send them back because of that typo podcast.
Yeah, we'll get you a real one with the actual corrected typo. We won't make you have one of the janky ones.
Even though people, but those could be like a unicorn. Like, people like the misprints, the misruns, right? And they become a collector's item. So actually, I didn't hang on to any of them, so I don't have those. But the new one should be here next week. Definitely in time for our next home match, because we're off because of national break. Which that's not going to be a thing for much longer, guys, because we're going to get on that European calendar next year with the sprint season. That's going to be a wild year next year. We're going to have 2 starts to the season.
That's a lot of tailgates.
Of course, the first thing that comes to Jennifer's mind, oh man, that's a lot of shots and glitter. Oh boy. Boy.
No. I have been strategically picking up more Atlanta United jackets / winter gear.
Oh, good. Yeah, you'll need it.
And this summer is the time to look for that, y'all, because you're going to need the winter gear. We've never needed it. You don't think about it.
You will now. November, December, February.
I wonder if they're going to bring back the long sleeve availability.
Hey, bring that back. Bring back the highlighter ball. Bring back the pink ball. Let's go back out to Minnesota. Let's do the thing, right? That was one of our greatest games of all time. I still remember Minnesota tweeting at us in 2017, "Hey, Atlanta, we've warmed up the pitch for you." And we were like, "Thanks. Appreciate you."
6-1. 6-1 in the snow.
I thought it was 7. I thought it was 7-1.
No, 7-0 was
Joseph Hattie,
7-0
Miggy.
was New England. We put a touchdown on him.
Yeah, but no, who scored in Minnesota? Joseph Hattie. Miggy scored 1 or 2, maybe. Who else scored in that game? Garza? Was it Garza?
Tito?
Tito might have. Oh, don't get us started about talking about Tito. We'll never Tito in the snow.
Yeah, I know. We'll just get distracted. It's
100% 6-1. I just looked at it. Okay. It was Joseph Martinez's hat trick and a Miguel Almiron brace.
Oh, a brace for Miggy. Mm-hmm. Oh, the glory day.
Yep.
Anyhow, you were segueing us into fan takes, so let's get to those.
I was. There were a couple of good ones this week.
Yeah, Keith Goetz. As usual, he's got a lot of agreement with us, though in addition to Latte Lot out, regardless of financial loss, start Hibbert. Could not agree more. Hey. Ho ho. Hoyos has got to go. I'm sorry, man. Like, this shouldn't be a matter of a player gaining confidence. You've been in this for too long. This has nothing to do with shot stopping or nothing, man. This is 101 decision making, and he has been very fortunate not to get burned more than he has. It's pure luck.
He should have been burned twice this match. And left post MVP shouting it out. Actually, Gregerson was my actual man of the match, but left post was a very
When are the t-shirts coming?
Number 2. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to need
left post this season's Owen goal.
That's what I'm saying. I think so. Well, let me put it
Sourdough wants to be a part of this? Sourdough wants this pain? Boy, you are special, man. You are special.
Listen, left post and right post are currently in a competition. We should track it. and see which of them finishes as the post MVP.
Hey, Amy, if we do this,
it's on you.
Will
Track
you
it.
come? Wait, Amy. If we do this, will you come to the last home match of the season, a la Katy Perry's Super Bowl as left post or right post?
Yes,
left post,
150% done, written.
All right,
yes.
I'm dead serious about this, by the way. Like I'm deadly serious about the track this shit. I want to know. I want to know. It's a stat that you will own. Nobody else is tracking that. Nobody.
All right.
That's amazing. It's an amazing stat.
I'm going to make the tally for the past few weeks. We can do this. Okay, we're going to see where we start our horse race.
See, I totally understand why Sourdough listens to us. Like, where else? Where the fuck else are you going to get this content? Where?
Glenn, nobody. I don't know what the prize is going to be yet, but I'm just going to say this too. Put in your... We're gonna do something in order to track whether you are team left post or team right post. Okay?
I'm left post all day.
We know which hand you use.
Wait, Glenn. Are we gonna track the bar as well? Does the bar get any love in this? Because the bar got hit the bar got hit too. Bar's out here like, what the fuck am I?
Crossbar. Come on, man. Crossbar coming in.
You can't fit through the door wearing a crossbar, though. That's kind of problematic.
That's going to be a little
It is tough for the costume. I grant you. It is tough for the costume. All right. Scott Danielson agrees that Cooper Sanchez stand out, which means that the club will probably sell him this summer. God. It hurts.
God, our trauma
it hurts
is real,
because it's true. So, Sourdough, we're going to keep referencing Sourdough throughout this whole thing. If you don't know, here's another little factoid about Atlanta United.
I'm sorry, Sourdough.
Here's really another little thing you should know about this club is that we do a phenomenal job with youth development in our academy, or just plucking young players out from somewhere and bringing them here and developing them, and then we get rid of them. Then they do really well here. They play for the badge. They love it. And then we get rid of them. So you have that to look forward to.
I will say I don't think we're quite there yet with Cooper.
No, but he's been impressive for what he's been thrown into.
But I think that the buzz on him, I mean, number one, he's the youngest player ever to start for the twos. Longshore was talking about him on one of the ASTs I was listening to. I can't remember if it was last week or...
The kid is only 17.
He's only 7, and he made his debut for the twos at 15. So I don't know in the long run that this was necessarily talent we were destined to hold on to for an extended period of time, realistically.
Yeah.
Because, we also, you do have to consider the business function of the club, which is...
You do.
At some point in time to make money.
And like, sometimes the offer is too good.
There is a balance there, especially when you're in
but sometimes that money,
sometimes
it makes too much business sense, and I understand.
But MLS
absolutely, but I don't think that's happening this summer transfer window.
No. I don't think it'll be this year. I'm just saying, like,
down the road.
MLS is
still... joke noted and accurate otherwise.
And just to acknowledge that MLS is still more of a selling league than it is buying.
At this point. We're not there yet.
Really overhaul the financials here, and frankly, there's a lot of interesting debate on both sides of parity versus winding up with the disparity that you have between like your big six spending clubs in England and everybody else in the Prem. Not that spending actually matters when you're Tottenham Hotspur, but that's neither here nor there.
I didn't bring them up, man. I had moved past Tottenham, and you're driving that car right back down that lane, right down Heartbreak Lane.
So it's right around here that you want to hear the Sarah McLachlan song that plays when she does the animal pound commercials where she's trying to raise.
Yes, it's going through my head now. Now I can't unhear it.
What's funny about that, Amy, is we can use that to segue into Song of the Match.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can do that. Well, before we do, we're like halfway through fan takes. Let's do those, and then we'll get to the theme song of the match.
No, it just, you opened a door for me.
But shout out Cooper. Like, he is impressive. He is one of the takes too. We'll get to that. But like, the kid doesn't even pack his own lunch yet, and for him to be doing what he's doing, his mom's waiting outside in the minivan to pick him up afterwards. Like, come on, like it's impressive. Scott Garman agrees with everything, and he wants to add that no one gives credit or pitch time for Saba. I don't think Saba's hanging out too much longer. Every time he's out there, he plays with heart and aggression. He always seems to want to be there and play with intensity. Is it just me, or is he just really underrated as one of our best on the pitch? No, not for me. I don't think so. There was a time, but not anymore. With the minutes, he hasn't been impactful this season. Granted, he's not a ton of minutes,
I don't
but
question his heart. I don't question his
absolutely.
heart. I don't question
But
his
his impact,
desire or his dedication,
not there.
but I'm not sure that there's a fit for him
Yeah,
at the moment.
correct. And that's where Jeremiah comes in and commenting
Especially when
off
you're
of
getting the
Scott.
same energy out
Yeah,
of Fafa Pico. I mean,
correct.
they were on the field at the same
Correct.
time, but that same concept I feel like was coming out of Fafa and more effectively.
Yeah.
So Jeremiah and I actually talked about this during
The
post
fact that
match.
he loves Saba's effort, but he just doesn't think he has it anymore.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
he's lost a step since he's come over,
Yeah.
made some very obvious things. The only thing I'm going to say is from where I sit toward the front of 102, I can count at least 4 separate runs where Saba was open, calling and screaming for the ball, and no one saw him and no one gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Saba does with those opportunities if he gets them.
Okay.
But
Yep.
the players around him aren't looking for him, and that's certainly part of the problem.
Fair.
In much the same vein that Latte Lot tends to show up where the players didn't think he was going to show up, but that's a whole different take.
Yeah, it is. That's a whole nother
What
kettle
other
of
fan
fish.
takes do we have? Because man, these are all so great for my song of the match.
Abby Schiffman, I'm just going to summarize hers real quick because it was quite long, but it boils down to she's struggling to understand what Tata sees in Hoyos, as does everybody
and
else.
that's interesting coming from Abby because love you, Abby. Thanks for listening, man. But I know a lot of times she tends to be a little bit slower than other people to call out very specific decision making on the team, just as a general rule. And
so
general
you know it's bad.
So if Abby is specifically
Abby's saying it,
it's
problematic. Time to go,
to say the least.
Last one is from Son Plates. Is that real? Is that just a hash? Is that just a handle? Or is that a?
It is.
Okay.
It is a handle.
Okay. We'll leave it at that then. Son Plates. Elias Bias constantly slowing the attack down. Disagree. When he was on the ball, the constant short passes and flicks. No problem when you're actively moving forward and pressing, but aggravating as hell when it's just hanging out in the midfield. There's a lot of potential, quite a few players on the pitch, and I hope they can find that potential this year. Fully agree on the last sentence. Elias Bias, I think, has been pretty good. I don't know. That's my take on it. I put him as impactful right up there with Galarza.
I don't think he's been as impactful as Galarza, and I don't think his decision making or his I definitely I can see where this person
Okay.
I'm so sorry. What's your Sam Plates?
Pilates,
coming from in that
without plates, guys. We'll just make it sans plates.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's not, but it's sans plates. Anyway, if you prefer us to pronounce it different, feel free to DM us and we'll fix that.
We'll get you a shirt too for messing up your name. So sorry.
Okay.
But I feel like a lot of what's going on with Baez for me is a little bit of smoke and mirrors. Especially because last week what he was doing was really what he was doing in conjunction with Galarza's play, which I know is a take and we're going to talk about in more detail.
Yeah.
But I feel like, that end of things, and as well as Miggy was working visibly, which didn't happen this game, maybe made us get a little bit more extra hype on Baez that I don't know is necessarily warranted.
Okay. I see where you're going.
See, I just so disagree. I'm going to have to go back and watch the game again now because, I mean, in my mind, it's the combination of Baez with Galarza. I mean, we just talked about how one of the goals from, the week when we actually scored and shot was a Baez to Galarza. That was the initial tap on that goes to Miggy and then goes across to Jakob, the guy that took up real estate on the back post, which was a thing that did not happen this week. A visible difference from the week before. And I would love if anybody would just take up some real estate permanently on the back post. It's a lovely piece of property. And if you find yourself,
she's trying, guys.
Pizza nearby.
She's trying to segue us into the Max One ad read here. She's done a pretty good job. We talked about this before that she was going to really emphasize it and then just awkwardly pause and wait for me to pick it up. So I believe that's my cue to talk about my brokerage, Maximum One Executive Realtors, to which I am a real estate agent for. And happy to say that just in this past, God, what is it? Is today Sunday? It is Sunday. Just this past week, I closed on my listing in Decatur. Was extremely difficult, very, very challenging, dealing with a host of property repair issues and a seller whose first language is not English and out of the country. And anyhow, a host of different variables and complexities that I had to kind of solve and figure out on the fly, calmly and productively, and just place all that stress squarely on my shoulders. And I find that really satisfying, really enjoying, and it's deeply gratifying to help someone out of a situation. In this case, it's real estate that maybe they thought there was no path forward to, that you just couldn't do it, and to be able to provide that level of service for somebody, that's like deeply gratifying. And the phone call I got from my seller, she's over in Japan right now dealing with a father who was passing away. I'm the crier on this pod. Let it be known, sourdough. I tear up easy. Anyhow, the phone call she gave me was just it was really touching. It was really moving, and it just reminds me of why I've chosen to do this. It's not the money. It's not like the personal level of success or whatever. It's helping people. Fundamentally, that's all I care about at the end of the day is helping people. So if you are thinking of selling your home, if you're in the market of buying, or you're just curious, like you just want to know the value of your home, potential options, or maybe you think that buying your first home is just something that's out of reach because you think you have to have 20% down, and there's all sorts of financing tools and options out there available to you, and I can help you with that. It doesn't have to be a stressful and overwhelming process. Let me handle that. I can do that, and I can provide that for you. So give me a call, 843-754-2939, or you can email me, glennpizon@pizonproperties.com, and those links and contact info will be in the show notes. And I hope I can help you out. And if you're not working with me, please at least work with a realtor, not just a real estate agent, but a realtor. There is a difference. Work with a professional. It's one of the biggest decisions you're going to make in your life on the buying or selling end. Seek professional help with this. I'm glad I did when I bought my first home all those years ago. Alrighty. Thank you for the segue. Beautiful job. Wonderful. We've lost your volume again.
Speaking of segues, I think now that we're through the fan takes, we can get back to this whole Sarah McLachlan thing.
Yes, and go back to the match day song.
Yes.
So a new segment here, not so new now because we've been doing it for a few episodes, but it's one of my favorite new additions to the pod. I'm really enjoying it. Amy is going to regale us with some spoken word here of a song that is going to perfectly encapsulate everything that this match, this snooze fest with DC was. So I cannot wait. I have no idea what. There's options. There's definitely options. So Amy, take it away. What do you got? Song of the match day.
Yeah, so I have to sit down and really think about these for a minute, and then I play the songs on repeat.
Yeah.
Until one just makes me feel exactly how I felt sitting in the
I understand.
stadium.
You got to sit with it for a little bit.
Essentially,
what your identity process. What is your identity process? Like, do you plug it into chat? Like, do you just tell chat how you're feeling?
She's got this all up here. She don't need chat.
No, I have like one of these giant like playlists, and you can find giant playlists that are like certain feelings or emotions, which is kind of like, antiquated Chat GPT, right? and you can sort of thumb through a few of those to get the gist of the genre that I might be pitching for.
What is it? What do you got? Hit us. Come on.
So anyway, for this one, I ultimately settled with,
oh boy,
I have climbed highest mountains. I have run through the fields, only to be with you. I have run, I have crawled, I have scaled these city walls, only to be with you. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Yeah, Amy, that's beautiful.
God, did you nail that shit?
I haven't found what I'm looking for.
Wow,
nailed it.
Wow, bravo.
Thank you.
Jeez, man.
Thank you.
That was everything I was thinking.
You're so good at this, especially for somebody who just doesn't go to concerts. You know,
right? It's a weird
your song
power
selection
I've
has
tapped
been
into.
exactly on point. Like every time, I'm like, I legitimately can't think of a better song than that. I cannot think of a better one.
That one's really, really good, Amy.
Well done.
So yes. I do want to shout out, though. I did get one DM,
sure.
A listener suggestion
and y'all out there, like in addition to the takes you're sending, which we love, send us some match songs. Like these are really fun, and we'd love to dig in some more of them. And there are no wrong answers. You won't do better than Amy, and that's okay. But send them in anyhow.
But listen, I do love it though because I can factor it into my overall process. Like it's cool to understand maybe just a little bit, kind of, temperature check how you guys are feeling, about it as well. Like it's a good thing. But no, so this listener Sarah, thank you for the submission. She went a little darker than me with Radiohead's "Let Down."
Oh.
I believe the emptiest of feelings,
Jeez.
Disappointed people clinging onto bottles when it comes. Wow. It's so disappointing.
Like, it's not wrong, but I feel like yours is got a little, not as, it's dark.
You still feel like that you're belting out. It's too hopeful. Even though you're saying, I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Haven't found, like, but you're in pursuit of. As opposed to Radiohead, it's just like
as opposed to crushed like a bug in the ground. Can somebody please help me? I need to bring a pick me up to Sarah.
5 and we're crushed. Really oh my god! Sorry. All right, let's move into That's beautiful, beautiful job. Perfect song again. Again, this has become one of my favorite parts of this whole pod. I love it. You're killing it every time. Keep it up. All right, into takes. So,
but wait, Jen, did you have something?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jennifer. Did I cut you off? You got
no. Okay, fine and totally irrelevant next to your fabulousness today. I seriously, I don't even want to do it. I don't even want to do it.
We're moving on.
Wow,
all right.
Wow, that is a high compliment. I'm going to take that and run with it.
I'll tell you guys after, and if you come find me at 4-4 I might tell you what it was.
All right.
I love it.
Into takes. So, I had to rewatch this match. I was working Hawks next door.
I'm so sorry, Glenn.
Yeah. Hey, it's okay.
Is that what you were doing day drinking today? Because I know what I was doing day drinking today.
No. So I had a busy day. I had some property showings down in Fayetteville. So I had to get my ass up very early to rewatch this match. So I was up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning on a Sunday to rewatch a 0-0 draw. Welcome, Sourdough. It's gonna be fun, bud. So in the 8th minute, Bias plays that cross on the ground into the box, right? And people can disagree with it. That's fine. For me, I don't think he missed the pass. I think El missed the space. And we have seen this before. This is why I was pushing back on Nick and others when I caught flack last week for kind of riding Latte still. Because I was very happy he scored and was involved in goals, all wonderful things, but I saw the same problems. I still saw him making the same mistakes, not finishing where he should, not being where he should. And lo and behold, that manifested again this week and no goals. Nothing has changed fundamentally. It makes last week look like an anomaly, not like the mean, the average. You know
so listen, I have a theory. On what happened, y'all, and I'm going to need your help.
Go ahead.
You guys know anybody that could correct what I think might be inadvertently some of the problem here.
Okay.
If you buy into my superstitious theories and my lore, we hung up the latte lot. It's beautiful. It's beautifully designed poster with the number 19 on it.
Yeah.
Okay?
So what happened to that?
We need to white out the 1, y'all.
Okay.
White out
the
1. You resurrected 19, okay? And because it was there, it was half juju. That's why it's 0-0 instead of a loss. Okay.
All right.
So before 404, please white out the 1 on the latte sign.
Oh, that's right. It's 404 day in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. I got this. I got this. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Heard.
That's my theory.
Number 2 is easy. We've already talked about him. Coops.
Can we just have what?
I'm sorry.
I know we're.
Go ahead.
You know what? Never mind. It's fine.
No. Please. I cut you off.
Go to number 2.
All right. Go to number 2. Cooper Sanchez. He's great.
Yay.
That's it. Like, I'm impressed with him. I agree with everything you said, Jennifer, and Amy, that probably is going to move on. Like, this wasn't an expected thing, but again, it just shows
for a 17-year-old. He is a Mensa.
Hey man, that volley he had, that volley.
Ooh, that was the best look of the whole match too. And let me say something else about this.
Go ahead.
Because this makes me angry, and this is my really grinds my gears moment. No one else on the damn team felt like taking a shot from outside the box. He was the only one.
A 17-year-old.
And I don't know why that is. The 17-year-old with the Mensa soccer IQ.
Everybody seems spooked from shooting this match for inexplicable reasons. Look, you are playing through DC, who's trying to just park the bus or whatever to play on the counter, which is a smart thing to do, having seen us, dominate on counter
that before. Why can't we break
and we've
this
done
down?
it before. But I do want to just take half a second to say that I was not that big on Cooper Sanchez. At first, I thought this was just like, oh, we're plugging because somebody's injured. I admit I'm wrong there. So
he's earned it now.
We did not have a 0-0 tie for lack of effort by Cooper Sanchez.
No, not at all.
And I agree with you, Jen. I don't understand why we're not taking more chances, except that what I keep seeing repeatedly.
We did in the first 15, 20 minutes. And then nothing.
There was one moment in the second half where there was a really nice ball to, I think it was Miggy, who passed it to Jacob. Jacob had the shot. He was open, and Jacob tried to push it forward one more time. And that was the best setup we had the whole match. As far as where we were positionally, that I could at least
was that the whiff, or was that a different one?
No. He literally tried to pass it up, and I think it was to Latte instead of taking the shot. And he had a little space around him, and there was a bunch of traffic in front of the net, and wherever he would have put it, their goalie wasn't going to see where it was coming from. And it was just really annoying because it was so indicative of, like, we'd have great buildup. We would win the midfield battles. We would win the duels. We would win the tackles. We would get all the second balls and do absolutely nothing to push it up with. And they talked about this on the post game, and Stian said so in his post match interview about, they were too far in the back and it was too much side to side. And apparently Tata hates that. And it was way too much of that during the match.
I hate it too.
So do I.
I think we all do.
Go that way.
Yes, forward. We need to bring out the arrows, apparently. Well, look, the defense looked good, but we've seen that before, too, where we kind of put half a match together. We either have an attack or a defense. We can't seem to put it all together. But we did look organized, and we dealt with their transition attacks well. Hoyles got saved a couple of times, but overall, over 90 minutes, I'm satisfied with defensive effort, and that's big credit to Stian.
I'm really not, because there were two big defensive breakdowns that we got very, very lucky on, and if we didn't get lucky on that, we're talking about very different
isn't there always going to be one or two?
But we got lucky, Chen. Knocking on wood.
But there's always going to be some. Over the course of 90.
Just because you got luckier this weekend, Amy, carrying the spike and still celebrating your anniversary.
Hey, shout out Amy, spike carrier. Sorry we didn't get a win, but
I do want to say, though, that my record carrying the spike, I'm still undefeated. Two wins and a tie. I am undefeated in my spike carries. Overall score, 6 goals against 1 against.
Do we need to make that a thing then? Does she just need to carry the spike indefinitely?
You know what? I'm sorry.
No, but I
let Ashley Bruno carry it again because we won when she did it.
That actually, maybe that's what we should do. Can we go through the archives? I'm totally down. If you want to come and submit yourself as maybe I was the juju, let's try anything, y'all. Okay. Seriously. And you let your respective SG know that we won when you carried, and therefore we need to add you to the pool of candidates to consider for changing the juju, for returning it.
In the words of in the words of Danhausen, for my WWE fans out there, we are cursed. And we have been trying to be uncursed for a long time.
In that vein, if you lost, do the same thing. Come fix it.
Yes, please.
Sage yourself prior, okay?
Yes.
Either way, okay? I'm open to all ideas.
All right.
We're desperate. We're grasping at straws here.
I'm grasping at number 5. I'm happy with Galarza. I'm happy with an 8.
Oh my God, I want Galarza earrings.
I'm just gonna let Jennifer talk now because she's been screaming out for a Rometty placement for the better part of half a decade here, and I think we might have it. And just you want to talk about how happy you are with that?
Oh my God, his elbows, his body positioning.
Like, stop. Are you calling out this man's elbows?
Oh, yes, because he's the best thick fielder we've had in an age.
But elbows? Elbows is what you go to. You don't go to thighs, eyes, hair coif, nothing. Elbows.
Glenn, when we make a 5-take scarf, can we have it say in praise of the thick fielder?
Yeah, with 3 C's.
Yeah. Probably, but I mean elbows.
I like him. I like him real thick and juicy.
They got a low center of gravity. It keeps them from,
it is really interesting though, because I think at this point in time, there's not anybody in the fandom universe here that's going to say they're not impressed with Galarza, at least by a little bit. Not just because of his flowing, fabulous locks that he has to use a headband to tame, and
hair game's on point. Hair game's on point.
He's going to make a great earring because he'll be very recognizable instantly with the hair and whatever. But that's neither here nor there. Anywho, point being, people have been asking, like, what do we equate him to? Like, what is his play style? And we really haven't had, and I said this last week too, a guy who plays the way that he does, with a physical edge, with with a face bent.
Hey, we had an appearance from a cat just now. Cat's not here.
Oh yeah, sorry. Hey, Cat.
It was a cat butt.
Yeah.
The cat butt was your replacement cat today, and maybe if we're lucky, she'll come back and meow at the end. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll get a prop. But in any case, back to the best thing that's going on with this team, which is Galarza.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I love the comparison to Rometty because he's definitely got that pit bull take no prisoners vibe, and my God, has that been missing. And people around him, the midfield around him is stepping up to keep up with what he's putting out there. Right. And not to knock Jacob, because I think Jacob has been very good as well from a new addition standpoint. But, Jacob's role isn't necessarily to break open the offense. And this is the other thing I want to point out in the whole discussion about why we didn't score. I don't know how much of that was necessarily both Miggy and Alexi, because they were getting balls and they were getting passes and they were finding space. And yet again,
Alexi was kind of invisible in this match for me.
I was going to say Alexi was less involved this match than he's been in the last couple of matches. Yeah. But Miggy was definitely out there and mobile and moving around and finding spaces. It's just, every time they seem to put a ball into an area, Latte Loth just seems to not be there.
He did play excellent defense, and I don't want to totally bag on the guy. It's just that's not what he's been brought in for. At the same time, you can argue from game to game how much of that is him not making the right run versus the guy not putting the right ball, right? And I get you, Glenn, and I can get on board with your take with that particular, time. But if you look across the body of work, that's not always the case, and either way, it's problematic. And no amount of extra effort and sprinting that I want to acknowledge and defensive work, and look, he did do that, is going to make up for it if you can't at least put 30% of your chances into the net. Isn't that about where you got to be in double-digit goals by the end of the season to get 10?
Actually take a chance,
1 for $2 million transfer fee?
Something. Yeah, I don't know.
He's had plenty of time to adjust, and he hasn't adjusted. Speaking of adjustments.
And wait. That's a great. Damn it, I'm killing your segue. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I had a match point I wanted to make before that. I feel like we've also played the same formation and pretty much the same lineup since the first match of the home of this year, and the one consistent is Latte being out of position for receiving balls and opportunities.
Yep, 100%.
But when your balls need adjusting,
oh my God, I do not think that Mason Will does those kind of adjustments, and it sounds really painful. But if you need a spinal adjustment or your elbows adjusted or any of those other things, any of those joints, then probably help you out. Good Lord, unhinged, Jennifer, unhinged. Thanks, Mason Mill. Thanks for riding with us in this craziness we call a podcast for all these years. And Jennifer's unhinged segues. We appreciate you. And y'all should go to them. Chiropractic care is an important part of your health. good preventative maintenance. Go take care of yourself before something goes wrong, or if something has already gone wrong, go there and let them get you right. You will not find anybody else like Mason Mill. They've got some really cool events coming up. Shout out to, let's see, what do they got coming on April 10th? Their famous chili cook-off. So they'll do this like once or twice a year. Everybody that works there, the doctors, the office staff, will come and bring their own special chili recipe, and they will have them laid out everywhere at the practice, and you can come and get adjusted and then have some chili. Maybe have chili afterwards. I'm just saying. Maybe have the chili afterwards, right? Like, do the doctors a favor, right? Do them a favor. And then you can rate it and vote on it, and they'll see who wins the chili cook-off. So that's happening on April 10th. And then this upcoming Saturday on March 28th, they've been doing these things called sound healing. It's new to me. But basically sound therapy in the Sherwood Lounge, which is this special area they've got at the practice that's behind a hidden bookcase. No joke. And it's just soundscapes and kind of a quiet time meditation, however you want to phrase it. But it's guided. There's professionals there that are helping you just unwind, disconnect, reconnect, however you want to say it, and just kind of like block out noise while listening to noise for a little bit. So that's happening next Saturday. Check that out. You can find out all these events and details on their website at masonmillchiro.com or on their socials on Facebook and Instagram. So check it out. You won't find another practice that's doing this type of stuff for the community. And they're still working on these new Friday. I don't think they've coined the phrase yet, but I think it's going to be Friday fellowship sessions, where they're just going to have like an open house Fridays afternoons. And you can, if you're stressed and you're dealing with stuff, you can come be with people on a Friday afternoon, sit down and talk with each other and be with each other and just be there for each other. I don't know anybody else that's doing anything like that. And it's why we sought them out as a partner, because they align with things that we align with and our priorities. And that's your overall health, mental well-being, and community. And they tick all those boxes. So check them out. Give them a call, 404-321-0082. Alrighty. Have we done it? Have we reached the end of takes and all that?
Hang on, but I think we were going a little, like, I get that the Galarza points sort of went up, but then we went kind of down.
Okay.
And I feel like, well, Galarza has been the best thing, we'll say, on the field. Off the field, I want to just shout out that the best thing has definitely been the continued supporters vibe. Lot 17 was excellent. Please come down, come support the tailgates, come hang out in the community. It's a really special one. I do want to make sure that I particularly shout out thank you to All Stripes for letting me carry the golden spike. It's a really special tradition. It's a really special piece of Atlanta United supporter culture. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for the community and for the great vibes.
And All Stripes still has the best shirt of the year that you're sporting right now.
It's hot. It's a hot design. And I want to echo what you say about like the spike and our tradition with the golden spike, because I find it really interesting going to a bunch of away matches and watching some stuff on TV. And there is not a lot in the league I feel like is comparable to our golden spike tradition. There's some people that have tried to since copy it. Columbus has some guy with a jackhammer.
Charlotte has the
Charlotte crowning
and the
Charlotte
throne.
crowning,
so,
whatever.
It's so,
like
it's so
and my favorite fake spike tradition is got to be the Revs with the T-toss.
Oh, that's so bad. Oh, the T-toss is so bad, guys. So get a new tradition.
And this is not to knock like Timber Joey.
Timber Joey's great. That feels very authentic.
With the log, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and
I love Timber Joey.
Whoever scarfed the log when they brought it down here for MLS Cup, because it was in fact scarfed.
Yeah.
And I have a picture of it with the Footy Mob Bless Your Heart scarf draped on it, which was pretty awesome. Because they parked it out behind Georgia Tech. But like also Nashville does that track, like the layer track that they've been doing since match day 1 there. So, the spike thing that we have is really cool. And it's so cool that other people keep trying to copy it and fail. So, getting to do it is actually a big thing. Like, it's not, the people that have carried the spike and continue to carry the spike are the people that are doing the work. They're putting in the volunteer hours. They're making all of this stuff happen, or they're contributing to the community in one way or another. It's not just, oh, hey, we picked some random name out of a hat to do this thing. Doesn't work like that.
And as someone who basically just made themselves the unofficial, nobody asked for spike historian, and documentarian, I've, taken pictures of nearly everybody that's carried the spike, since the end of 2018. And I gotta say, like, it's what really keeps me so connected with the team and the community is like to see. I mean, and even this group of folks that I got to carry with this weekend, like, they were amazing, and you can just tell the enthusiasm that comes out of that, the love, the support, the culture. Like, you're right, Jen, it's really a special thing, and, it's been really special to get to take part in that, and then also to get to carry this week was a big deal. It really never gets to a place where it doesn't feel special, I think because we've kept it that way, right?
Yeah.
And thank you. Shout out to everybody who has maintained that tradition, everybody in leadership for the SGs, everybody that continues to volunteer and show up and be there for the community.
Yep.
And,
Speaking
And that's
of
really the
speaking of
difference
community,
between,
is it time to segue? Did I cut in too early? Is it not time to segue?
yes, because
10
I was
seconds.
literally just going to say the thing that really does make the spike special is it's not a celebrity, right? There's a
Right.
celebrity or somebody cool, like, oh my God, how badass was it to see Alana Myers Taylor hammer in the
But
the
that
spike
felt
this
really
week?
appropriate,
That was so fantastic.
Yeah.
And then they had her and a guy who won a weightlifting bronze in an Olympics and some other medal winning Olympian on there for the Viking clap. It was really cool. But with the crowning, with the teeth or whatever the hell they're doing, those are all celebrities. They get to do that. It's not the community that brings it into the building, right? It's the community always that brings the spike down, right? And I love that. I love that for us. Sorry.
Community
You
and
can
building it up. Speaking of which.
Yeah. You can segue now.
Speaking of building up community, Amy.
Yeah, our newest partnership, thank you, Glenn, is with Modern Path, and they are a therapy practice. You can reach them at modernpath.net. And, I've been going to Modern Path for a few years, like, not at all ashamed to say it.
And you
Therapy
shouldn't
has
be.
made such a difference in my life, y'all. Like, and I can't shout out enough this particular practice. One of the things that I really love is that they have such a wide variety of therapists available and people, and they have this really open community, where they all support each other, in the way that we support each other.
Similar.
And so
Yeah.
it feels really natural and sort of community oriented. And I think they, really try hard to, getting a good therapist is like
It's
it's
hard. It can be
sort of like
tough.
looking for somebody to date, y'all.
Well,
Like,
and
it takes a minute.
in the same way that you look for somebody to date, like you really look for a therapist the same way. And people all the time don't reach out to therapists because they don't feel like they can find somebody that either understands them or where they've been through or that they can personally identify with that looks like them or smells like them or, you know, whatever
They telehealth, y'all.
whatever your qualifications are. And one of the great features and great things about Modern Path is their diversity and the way that they really do have somebody on staff that can empathize
Right.
or that can really vibe with any situation that you're going to throw at them.
Right. Yep.
And if you're not entirely sure what you're looking for, you can spend a little time on their website. They have something about all their therapists. You can do a free consultation. And if you are struggling with access, or if you aren't and you find yourself wanting to give back to the community and make that more available for others, another thing I love about this practice is they're trying to give back directly through their expanding access to affirming care fund. We'll include a link to that in the show notes if you
Yep.
want to check it
Always be
out and
there.
get more information. Um, but yeah, uh, don't want to harp on too long, but this is a partnership
Oh, it's
I'm
important.
personally just really excited about. And, I hope you guys check them out. And I'm looking forward to doing some things collaboratively with them in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, good times. If you haven't figured it out, we don't just take on anybody as a partner, a sponsor, or anything. It needs to be aligned with what we align ourselves with and our priorities. We make sure that we try to prioritize our priorities, and we look for the same thing in people that want to partner up with us and support us. Because it's football is the most important, least important thing, and we try to
Absolutely.
always bear that in mind. All right, y'all, we did it. We got through a
We
thrilling
did.
0-0 back to square
You know
one
what?
type
I'm
match.
telling you, 404 day and the next couple of weeks, that's going to be way more exciting. I promise you.
Normally
Way more
I'd
exciting.
be
What do we got going
I
on,
would
Jen?
I would be a little apprehensive because it's Columbus, and Columbus has historically had our number and historically been quite good. They're struggling right now. So I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe this week off will be helpful. I mean, we're going to be missing a couple players who go off on national team duty. Miggy, I'm looking at you. But maybe it'll be a good thing.
I for one am looking forward to, as we all talked about, the men's national team. But in case you hadn't heard the word, American Outlaws, the Atlanta chapter, will be out hosting a tailgate in Lot 17. That is the regular supporters lot. Ahead of the 328 match. Do not ask me about parking. I know nothing about the parking sitch. Take Marta. But
Take
it'll
Marta
be
all
really
day.
fun. Yeah, it'll be really fun. They're doing a big setup, and getting to know some people ahead of the World Cup, because they're going to be pretty active, obviously hosting watch parties and things like that. It's a really good opportunity to get out and meet the AO folks and, get excited
Yeah,
for what we
but
have.
definitely take Marta. It's going to be a madhouse because Hawks are playing at the same time. I'm actually going to
Yep.
be at this match, and then as soon as it's over, I'm running next door to State Farm Arena to work the Hawks game. So it's going to be a
Wow.
madhouse downtown. Like, take Marta and just hope that
Yeah.
Marta runs.
Also, there's construction going on the connector that
Also that.
they're trying to get done, and so
Yeah.
if you can avoid driving,
Avoid.
we strongly recommend that when you
Yep.
make your way down to Lot 17 this weekend for the AO tailgate, and then once Atlanta United resumes play, we are so excited to celebrate a match on 404 Day.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
We've never had a match on 404 Day. So I'm really excited about this. We will be having some interesting
And I'm going to be at
shenanigans.
that one. I'm actually going to get to go
Are
to a match.
you?
Let's
Oh
go.
my
Huh? How about
God,
it? About time.
stop. Run it back.
Yeah.
Stop. Okay, but yeah, for real, we're going to be I hope you like hot wings, Glenn, because most of my activities that I have planned are around hot wings.
You had me at, like
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
ready.
like to
I'm ready.
request
I'm ready.
that you bring some not so hot wings for
we're gonna have JR Crickets
some of
out,
us. I
so you'll
love
have
it.
all the wing
Done.
options at your disposal.
Done.
You
Noted.
can get whatever
Starting,
you
I
want.
will start my fast the day
You can
before.
get your shitty flats. You can get your
Hey,
glorious all
hey, hey,
drums.
hey. Don't that's fighting
Team all
words. All
drums.
right?
Team
All
team
flats.
team all
Drums,
drums. Drum 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 drum
all
drum.
All
drums,
flats.
drum
Ah,
drum
I'm
drum
being
drum drum
outnumbered,
drum.
y'all. Right in.
All right,
Okay.
y'all.
But
Weigh
among
in on
other
the
things,
most
stay tuned.
important.
We have a lot of fun, awesome shenanigans, some of which may even include live performances for 404 Days. So we are going to throw it down.
Hell yeah.
We are going to celebrate ATL style.
Hell yeah.
And hopefully we're going to bring home a freaking win because Columbus does look beatable.
Yeah, it
at this
does.
point.
Yeah.
And they're one of the few teams that have fewer points than us guys right now.
And
We
that's
don't talk
saying
about
something.
Bruno.
All right. Look for us
No.
if we're out at the Tergo lot. We will be. We'll be there, and we should have our shirts by then. It's barring there's no
Make me feel
shipping
awkward
shenanigans.
like the lovely
Yes.
folks that came up to me this week walking
See?
in between gate 4
Yes.
that recognized me. I don't know who you are. I didn't get your names and I'm sorry, but it was really cool. And
See, I'm not the
I
only
was
one
very
that gets
humbly and
awkward when recognized.
weird
It's
and
also you.
I
It's
never
also
know
you.
what to do
It's
with it.
also you. It's
bizarre.
very humbling, and it's
It
really
is.
cool. We don't take any of it for granted. The listens, the watches, the interactions. Like we're just a group of friends here talking about a sport that we love and trying to uplift the community and do our part as much as we can. And we appreciate you, interacting with us, supporting, listening, and getting some joy out of it.
And for listening to those fan podcasts that came before us, like shout out Home Before Dark. I miss you guys.
All of them,
Like that was
all of them.
that was great.
Yeah.
And I live for the day where I can break out the Jefferson Starship again. I loved every single one of those videos, and I missed them, and I wish I had downloaded those, and I hate that you took them off online universe.
I didn't.
No, but
I hear you.
We know where we were and where we've come from, and we thank you. We thank you for being a little part of that.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you once again for listening, watching, supporting us, and FanTV. Hey, and shout out FanTV and Nick Tuo. I will be on his show on next Friday talking a little USMNT and wrapping up the MLS transfer window and just going over some of the hits and misses around the league, specifically with Atlanta. But I have some thoughts on some other players that have popped off or not so much. Looking at you, James Rodriguez. Not quite yet, even though he had a couple good moments with Minnesota today, but it hasn't really come off for him yet. But we'll be talking about that next Friday on his show. So check out the Atlanta United YouTube channel and the Atlanta United FanTV YouTube channel and their podcast feed as well, where you can also find this show. We have our own feed and we're on that one as well. We're everywhere. We surround you, right? All right.
But hey, we extra appreciate it if you would, like us or subscribe.
Yeah, if you want to hit that like button, I think there's a subscribe button. There's also a share button.
Like that. More people might find us and learn about our lore.
Hit all those buttons and talk about us when you're on MARTA or wherever, or eating your hot wings and all drums and all that. It really helps us reach more fans and bring a little bit more joy and levity and just talk about the beautiful game that we love from a fan's perspective. We're not the pod that's going to do a lot of deep dive analytical stats, even though we do talk about that sometime. But we're fans first and foremost. We're friends here, and we're just talking about how we feel about it and how we see it, and that seems to resonate with people, and we love that. We love that, and that's the core. That's how we started this whole thing. All right, y'all. So we're gonna be back in like 2 weeks' time. Maybe we'll do a little something for USA, a quick little thing on Sunday.
National team might be fun
to talk a little US action, and we're gonna be very shortly gearing up, ramping up our coverage on the women's game with hopefully Decatur FC starting, as well as NWSL it's not that far away, y'all. I mean, we've already got a full-fledged supporters group that's already busy doing work, and Steel Magnolias. We'll be talking about that too. I'm so excited for the NWSL coming.
Did you actually join Steel Magnolias? Because they might actually be out of founding memberships already.
I don't think I have.
I did. I made it in under the gun.
I don't think I have. I don't think I have. Oh no.
Might be too late to be a founding member.
Break out the bell. Shame.
Better luck. You better go to that website, steelmagnoliasatl.com.
All right. I'll drop that in the show notes as well for people to go enjoy if you want to be a part of something special. It's got to be something special here. Just as much as you remember that special feeling you had back in 2015, 16, 17 with Atlanta United when it changed the league. It just did. I know we haven't been what we were, but we changed the league when we came in. And I have a feeling NWSL in Atlanta, we might change the game again on the women's side of things. And that's going to be a really cool thing to be a part of. And you can only be a part of it once, right? Like get in at the ground floor and be a part of it now. No FOMO, right? So I'm going to get on that website as soon as we get off this pod. Let's get off this pod so I can go do that. We will be back in 2 weeks' time. Until then, y'all be good. We will be back.
Meow, 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 meow.
Oh, friends.
Oh, it's the Rembrandt. Oh, okay. Well, who's going to be there for us? It's not this team.
No, we're going to be there for everybody else. That's what we do.
We'll try.
We'll be there for you.
We will try. The team won't be, but we will be.